Okay, hopefully we're live. So, I've attempted to do a video tonight already, and it went horribly wrong. I wasted loads of time, and I thought, hey, what the hell, let's do it live. So yeah, we're going to be doing Big Bud DLC kind of reveal, spotlight sort of thing, live. It also gives me a good opportunity to, you know, showcase it and work some of the fields with some of the new machines and equipment. And you guys can check it out as well at the same time. So we're here on Sosnovka. I haven't been on this map in months. And I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just like, oh my god. You know, I'm starting to realise how much I loved this map. Hopefully the mic and all that lot, the volumes are okay. Because they are kind of like different when I'm live streaming compared to like recording and editing and things like that. So yeah, we're on Sosnovka, and oh blimey, I nearly walked into it, which was what I was about to do before I nearly headbutted the machine. So yeah, it's May 8th. The official release is May 9th, but lots of you sneaky people out there have been getting it early. I did a bit of digging, managed to get it early myself. I know it's only a few hours early, but it's early nonetheless. This is the 450, the 500 horsepower. This is the baby bud, if you want to call it that. Both of them have articulate steering. Get inside. So this is the cab of the 450. Pretty standard horn. It's got 2,080 litres in the fuel tank, so huge fuel tank. These machines are built for being out in the field, you know, all day long sort of thing. Really nice, you know, quite snug. Does seem a bit restricted looking out because of the long nose, but you know, you've got plenty of view out the sides. So that's an ideal tractor for working, you know, small to medium fields. We've got, you know, the machines we have now are of similar size, so it's nothing, you know, too big. No beacons. I did notice that none of the Big Bud tractors have beacons on. This 450 is non-customizable. There's no customizations available for it. Got a price tag of 225,000. Top speed of 18 mile per hour. And obviously the horsepower is 500. And it uses 2 slots basically, because obviously you're only allowed a certain amount of slots, aren't you? And then we have the 747, the Big Bud itself. So we got a daily upkeep of 780, which is massive. Horsepower 1,100. Fuel tank is 3,785 litres. Top speed of 18 mile per hour again. And garage slots of 2. So they're both on 2. And yeah, the price is 405,000. So, eye-watering. I think the maintenance is more eye-watering. And obviously we have lots of other equipment and things like that. We have sewing machines. The widest working width sewing machine is 25.6 meters. So yeah, it's huge. But we do have some smaller sewing machines, seeders, whatever you want to call them. We have an 18 meter. Now that would be ideal for the smaller 450 Big Bud. But again, you know, it's a very large piece of equipment. So yeah, really, really nice. Both come with like kind of like expansion tanks or expansion trailers. So it will hold additional seed. So again, you know, lots of working hours out in the field without having to keep refilling and stuff like that. So yeah, really, really nice. This one, you know, the bigger version holds 34,500 litres of seed, you know, and fertilizer. So you'll be out in the field for ages, you know, especially with the amount of fuel, you know, the Big Bud can hold as well. So yeah, crazy amount. Here's some of the new equipment I did manage to get. This is the big Seed Hawk. This is customizable. You can have single or twin rear wheel axle. And that's, like I say, it's about 24-25 meters wide. So yeah, in here I did purchase some of the bigger trailers as well, because I thought, well, you know, if we're going to have the big bud, we might as well have the big trailers to go with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back to the farm, and I have got the big bud itself over at the yard waiting to cultivate one of the fields. Yeah, it got ploughed, I don't know, many months ago. So yeah, we're going to cultivate it, and hopefully after we've cultivated it, we'll be seeding it. And yeah, we can see the big bud itself in action. So hopefully this video goes down well. Obviously, like I said, we're going to just do it live, you know, unedited, rehearsed or whatever. I don't normally rehearse too many of my videos anyway. But there's no chance of like rehearsing when things are live anyway, so I'll be happy to answer any of your questions if you type them in chat. So feel free to do that, guys. I don't know the price tag. I think it's about $15. And if you're in the UK, it'd probably be between £10 and £15. If you got the season pass, this DLC is included within the season pass. Which I have, and I know they have been putting some of the Farming Simulator stuff on deal on the Xbox store, so you want to keep an eye out for that, because if you're interested in getting the season pass, then you want to keep an eye out for the deals in store and stuff. Here's the big bud. See it? We're approaching. Here it is. It's huge. So this is kind of like the standard version. It's the twin wheel. It's kind of like the standard version. And what I like about the big bud is that obviously there is probably limited maps that can cater this sort of size machine and equipment. So obviously we got, Goldcrest Valley, we got Sosnovka, but when it comes to some of the other really popular maps, something like the British, smaller, like Sandy Bay, Thornton Farm and things like that, it's going to be quite difficult. But I think it'll be more difficult with like the, manoeuvring with the equipment. But what I like about the big bud is you can have a single wheel axle, which obviously does make the vehicle itself quite narrow, so I think you would be able to navigate the vehicle around some of the smaller maps, but it does, change the appearance, and some people may not like that. Triple wheel, just monstrous. The thing is absolutely colossal, triple wheel. But as you can see, twin wheel, there's no additional cost, because I think the twin wheel is pretty standard. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of the big bud with the twin wheels. I think that's pretty standard. So let's hop inside. Cab, like a train door, I tell you. It's like a slam that door shut. It wouldn't surprise me if it's got a massive train engine in it, 1,100 horsepower. I like the sound of the horn. Very unique, it's got a unique horn sound, where with the 450 it's a very common horn amongst all of the tractors. They all have the same sounding horn. This is a very unique horn, which is nice. And what I like as well, we start it up. If you look in there, you can see the fan moving as well, which is really, really nice. So it's got like kind of like inner working parts. It does sound nice when it starts, but I would have kind of expected it to kind of turn over a little bit more. I've seen, I've seen a lot of these videos, and the big bud does struggle to turn over. That is a big engine to fire up. It wouldn't essentially start as quick as that, but But I'm pleased because if you watch, we got the twin exhaust. If you keep an eye on that, it does actually kind of like chug out some black smoke, which is really nice, which is kind of like what you would get in real life. So let's crack on. Let's start working the field. We've got a working speed of 10 miles an hour. The working width for this is, I think, 24 meters. So yeah, we should better get through this field in no time. There is a plough that comes with the DLC as well. Actually, let's just hire the worker for now. There's a plough as well that comes with the DLC. Ah, yes. So there's this here. There's the 3-point hitch as well. I'm not quite sure what that's for yet. Haven't sussed it out. But then we have the Big Bud plough, which is 10.5 meters wide, and you need a minimum engine size of 550 horsepower. So you're probably going to have to use the Big Bud itself, or if we've got any other machines that are about 600 horsepower, we could probably use those. First thing that comes to mind is transporting it around a map. Again, you'll probably be able to get away with it on a map like Sosnovka or Goldcrest Valley or something like that. But when it comes to some of the smaller maps, you're probably going to struggle a lot being able to get it around the map and things. I don't like ploughing anyway. Ploughing is my least favourite job. So we are cultivating. What are we using? We're using this one, 24 meters wide. That's currently what we're using. There are 18 meter wide pieces of equipment as well, which is nice because you've got a bit of a variety there. And then we got this little baby cultivator here, which is an ideal piece of equipment for the 450. So there's three cultivators that come with the DLC. In terms of sowing machines, there are, well, there's 3 sowing machines, but then you've got like 2 kind of like expansion tanks, where this one here is to go with the Terminator. What a name. And then you've got this one here. So I think the idea is, you've got these huge machines with they've got huge fuel tanks as well, so they're going to need a lot of seed as well to keep them out in the field for a long time. Obviously these expansion tanks would come in handy, and especially on a map like this as well, because I did have a lot of plans for merging a lot of the fields as well. So once we open this map again for multiplayer, I'll be looking for a login team to help me take down those trees in between the fields, and we can start ploughing those fields all together and combining some of the fields. This is the Big Bud. Out in the UK, no, it's not. But there's been a few people that have been a little bit sneaky, and they've managed to get it early. And I did a little bit digging, and I managed to get it early myself. It's a fairly simple trick, really. You just basically change the region on your console, download it, change it back to wherever you're from. I think it's something that's been done quite a lot. A lot of people do it with games and things like that, because it is quite difficult on console to do things like that, but with PC it's quite a common thing. People do manage to get their games and things very early on PC. Obviously we're always restricted on the console. How do you get it out on the console? Basically change your region. Change your region to Australia, go straight to the, if you've got a season pass, go straight to the store. It will be there ready and waiting for you to install. I don't know if it will be available to buy from the store if you haven't got the season pass, but I have the season pass, so it kind of became available to install. So I installed it, changed my region back to wherever I come from, and then yeah, it's there ready and waiting to use. And it's only like half a day early, isn't it? So I've only just done it, so. But I wouldn't be so fussed if I wasn't kind of like, I felt like I really wanted to kind of get get a video out there or get some sort of footage out there for you guys. So that's kind of like the only reason why I've done it. But yeah, we're here on Sosnovka. It's a shame because I really wanted maybe a new map to go with it as well. Was it free? It's free if you've got the season pass. If you don't have the season pass, I think it's about... It's going to be between about £10 and £15. I think it's about $15. I think there's going to be some links in the description to this video anyway, to the Farming Simulator website, so just go straight to their website and it'll give you all the prices there, guys. So everything about this DLC is big. Now we got big machines, big engines, big prices, big fuel tanks, big equipment. You know, it's everything is big. It literally is. Oh yes, I remember the dreaded trees that would always get in the way. You know, they are literally massive workhorses with a lot of pulling power. They're not built for speed. Yeah, there you go, €14.99. What I thought it'd be around about that. But like I said, there recently Xbox they had a sale on with some Farming Simulator stuff, and the season pass was on sale then. You know, that would have been a good time for you guys to pick it up. So if any of you guys are interested in picking up the season pass, I definitely would recommend doing it, because the Coon DLC was available in that as well. You know, and now we're starting to get, you know, all the DLC and stuff like that, and you'll get it all just free. So once we've cultivated this field, well, a worker's doing it for me because we're just watching it and admiring the tractor. But once it's been cultivated, we will head over to the store, take a little drive in the Big Bud, and go pick up the seeder and test that out. We'll probably end up spending about 10 minutes filling it up, as it does take over 30,000 litres of seed. But the old twin exhaust there, chugging out all that black smoke. But you know, in my honest opinion, you know, obviously people are going to be sitting there thinking, is it worth it? Well, you know, it depends. How much do you want an iconic tractor? Some people are not going to be that fussed about it. Some people are, you know. It is quite a famous tractor. I think they've got these tractors in some sort of like American museums and things like that. There's only like a few hundred of them that were ever made and things, so it just depends, you know, whereabouts you are, because there are going to be people, I suppose, from that part of the world where they actually use these, and you know, they're going to be like really wanting to get their hands on one of these. But I think it's worth it, I suppose, in terms of the equipment as well. Just the equipment alone, you got a working width of, you know, over 20 meters with some of the equipment, which is huge. So it's going to kind of like half your working time on some of these fields compared to, you know, using like 8 meter or 10 meter, you know, wide equipment like we usually do. I mean, normally I use 8 meter. Is it 8 meters? Yeah, between 6 and 8 metre. I think that's quite a nice average. Very rarely I'll use, you know, I think we have like a 15 metre or something like that. Let's have a cultivator. Yeah, see, we have this one, which is the 14.5. And we have that as well, the 12 metre. You know, that's if you really want to go, right, okay, let's bust out some of these fields. Now we got these, you know, we got an 18.2, we got a 24 metre. So yeah, we're going to be smashing out these fields. Although this worker does seem to be cultivating half of the road as well, but never mind. Look at the chat. Oh yes, wasn't it something to do with like Rattlesnake or something like that? I think it was the same guy who made the American Outback. But saying that, some of them fields on American Outback weren't even that big, to be honest. Oh, Mustang Valley, yeah. I've heard that name, but I've heard a lot about this rattlesnake thing as well. Yeah, I have heard briefly about that Mustang Valley, but I haven't heard a lot. But I have heard a little bit about that new map that's coming from Black Sheep Modding. Because they're making another map, and it's going to be bigger than what they previously made. There's going to be, I think they said between 2 or 3 like really big fields. There's going to be a lot of medium-sized fields, but it's going to be like really big fields, and there's also opportunity to kind of delete the hedgerows as well, so you can like delete the hedgerows, plough them out sort of thing, and then you can combine all your fields like that as well, which I think is a really nice idea. Big Bud early, change your region. Change your region on your console to like Australia, restart your console. Like I said, I only think it works if you've got the season pass, because then it'll be like sat there waiting in the ready to install. I don't know if it'll, because the thing is, if you change your region, it's also going to change all your currency as well to like Australian dollars. So obviously it depends kind of like with the currency exchange if that works out cheaper or more expensive. Whoops. But I've got the season pass, so what that did is just kind of unlock it for the season pass, and it was just sat there waiting for me to install. I installed it and then changed the region back to UK, and then yeah, and then just kind of jumped on the game. But like I said earlier, I did it, you know, purely because I'm impatient and I really wanted to get a video out for you guys. So this is the Big Bud. Let's just take a little stop here. Just have a little test for those of you that have just joined. Let's turn off the traffic as well. This is what it looks like. We're going to have a moment of silence. We're going to listen to it ticking over. If you look as well inside the engine, you see the fans turning there, which is, I think, is a really nice little feature. And actually, some of the, you can see the inside, like the engine bay there, is actually getting dirty as well, which is nice. We've got, yeah, twin exhaust, black smoke chugging out, which is nice. And I think the colour of the smoke changes on all vehicles the longer you use them. Got a very unique horn as well. Slightly different tone to it compared to some of the other vehicles. Right, now we're going to start moving. Nice and slow. Right, now I'm going to put my foot down. You listen to this engine. It sounds like it's going to take off, like it's going to do like 40 down the road. But it doesn't. It actually got, like, revs up to about 18, 19 mile an hour and then just stops. It's just like, oh. That's disappointing, but like I said, they're not built for speed. They are literally just built for, you know, for like pulling and for torque, I suppose. The visibility is a little bit better on this one, I think, compared to the 450. Both of the tractors have articulate steering. Strangely enough, they don't have beacons and they don't have rear indicators. They only have indicators on the front. There's the indicator there. Nothing on the back. Nothing on the trailer either. It's strange. I don't think we have any speedos actually on the inside of this tractor. None of the dials work, but they both have very similar kind of like cockpits with the wood effect. I will jump in the 450 again now so you guys can see it who've only just joined. This is the 450. You see here, similar cockpit. Obviously, just behind the steering wheel, there is digital speedo and like rev counter, but again, none of the other dials don't seem to work, which is a shame. I don't know if that's like a console restriction or if they're going to work on the PC version. Right, so let's figure out how this thing's meant to go. I think this tank is meant to go at the back, so we're going to want to attach the actual seeder first. It folds very similar to the actual cultivator. Right, now I'm going to want to get this thing lined up with that. I'm not normally a fan of articulated steering, but it is the big bud after all. The thing is, as well, it's... Oh, I've got to figure this out. Am I doing this right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, got it. Yeah, so strangely enough, you can just use this piece of equipment. It does have somewhere a tank of its own. Let's have a look here in Sewing Machines. Yeah, so it does hold. How much does it hold then? It doesn't actually say. But I think it is definitely meant to come with this. I mean, that's kind of like the realistic look, isn't it? It's meant to have one of those. But let's unattach it. No, I don't think it does it? It doesn't seem... I mean, there is kind of like some counters there for the seed and fertilizer, but I don't know how much it would hold without. Oops. Oh, bugger. I've disconnected it and I've lost it. There we go. Right. Now we've got a very long road train going on. A quick look at the chat. Yeah, talking about the Mustang Valley map. If you've only just joined, guys, welcome. Thank you very much for checking out the stream. We're not going to be here like all night. It's just going to be kind of like a 30-40 minute showcase of the Big Bud stuff. But yeah, we decided to do it live this time. I was planning on pre-recording it, and yeah, the recording went completely messed up. With like the whole thing just went crazy. So I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I thought, yeah, seems like a good idea. Kind of gives me an opportunity as well to showcase it, you know, working in the field as well. So. I've got to try and get this thing now lined up with that thing. Ooh, that was close. I think there is going to be some sort of collision. Just turn on the help windows. Help. Where is it? There it is. Open seed tank. Open fertilizer tank. Okay, so we can open seed tank. Oh, nice. Ah, okay, okay. Okay. I think, yeah, so I can actually fill it up from here, but I think you're supposed to turn it around to make it a bit more realistic. That's pretty neat. It's like filling up. I think you're supposed to kind of like park it so that spout there is lined up with, you know, wherever you're taking it from. There you go, it's going in. That's going to be the fertilizer there, isn't it? I told you it was going to be here a while, didn't I? It does hold like 30,000 litres. I mean, once this thing's full, hopefully you won't have to fill it up again for a while. You've got to replant your fields about 10 times. Okay, I don't think we're going to fill it up. It's taking forever. I think what we'll do is get to about 40%. Oh man, what are you doing? Yeah, we want to open up the fertilizer. It's not stopping. Oh, so you don't actually have to. You can refill it actually without actually putting up the spout thing. What are you doing? We'll just close additional tank. Open seed tank. Open fertilizer tank. There we go. There we go. No. Told it to open up the fertilizer tank. Oh, maybe we got to fill it up then with the seed before we can fill up the fertilizer. I don't know. But I have told it to open up the fertilizer tank. But it's pouring fertilizer now. It's pouring seed in the fertilizer tank for some reason. Close. See, look. Strange. I don't know what's going on. Either way, we need to fill it up. So who's getting the Big Bud DLC then, guys? What does everybody think so far? Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Trying to make sure I, show off as much as I possibly can. Gonna be here probably about another 10 minutes. First bug, yeah, it might be a bug. It probably just me normally, it just doesn't know how to work it. We'll see what happens once it's full. Okay, it's full. Open fertilizer tank, now that's what happens. So we can see there the it doesn't want to right, okay. It might have something to do with the fact that the fertilizer is a bit further up. Let's pull up a bit further. Ah, there we go, sussed it. Just me in the wrong position as per usual. So obviously you can fill it without, kind of extending the arm, or you can. But I like the placeables as well. You can place your own like seed and fertilizer tanks wherever they may be on here somewhere. Yeah, these things, they're really nice. You can put them in a really like convenient spot for it as well. So okay. Warhead, I'm in your group. Oh yeah? Wicked. Alright, we'll get it to about 40%. That should be plenty just for this one field. Okay. Very long. Even on this map it could be quite tricky to manoeuvre. So that's just cost us 10,000, nearly 11,000 just to fill it up. Well, fill the fertiliser at 40%. So it cost us a lot more than that if we was going to fill everything up. Like I said, hopefully that's enough to keep you going for a little while. But, you know, the only thing is you are kind of like restricted to what crops you can plant as well, because it only plants wheat, barley, canola, soybeans, radishes and grass. See, this one's a bit more... What's it? But I don't know if it's got any tanks on it. I think it might have. Yeah, see, it can hold 5,800 litres. But I don't think that one needs any tanks. This one does, which goes with that. They go together. And then these two go together. So, you know, you need to buy that, which is 290,000. And then you need to buy that, which is 185,000. So that's, you know, like I said, everything about this DLC is big. You know, big price tag and everything. But, you know, if you want to plant, you know, we got what we got on here. We got... so if that's not can't be radish then, can it? Because that's got radish. What does that plant then? I don't know. But it plants sunflowers and corn. That's about it. But this one can plant canola and soybeans, which is pretty good for profit. Okay. Got the show on the road. I'll hire a worker because they'll probably do a much better job than I would. Turn off the help window. And you know, that piece of that seed tank on the back is customizable. You can put single or twin axle on it, but I've customized it, put the twin. I just thought it'd be more appropriate with the amount of weight it would have. So this is what it looks like from inside the cab. And what's the working width of that? 25.6 meters. A classic DLC. I don't know about that. I mean, all of their focus and attention is on the Big Bud DLC at the minute. They ain't going to announce anything else yet. Right, Big Bud, but obviously really big. Classic, you'll save up for the classic DLC. Well, I don't know anything about classic DLC. Like I said, they haven't announced anything like that yet. It's not even going to continue right to the end of the field. It's Just got to stop there. Andreas, if you could type in English, that would be great, because that's the only language I know. Got a nice little Big Bud badge there on the steering wheel. It's a nice interior inside the cab. I noticed you got these like little monitors for the rear camera. There's a camera right there for reversing and things like that. It's a real shame that doesn't work, because that would actually be quite handy. What's going on with that? Yeah, I've hired a worker just so I can be lazy and keep it on the chat and just kind of like watch the equipment and the vehicle and things like that. See how the worker handles it as well, sort of thing, because there's, you know, we have had problems and issues with workers in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how the workers handle it, you know. But how many have they made now? This is like the 3rd pass on this field. I think there'll be about 4 passes on this field. I think it definitely should be fertilising at the same time. Let's check it out. Yeah, fertilising as well. Nice. I mean, this is probably one of the... I mostly got field 18. Field 18 is a bit tricky with workers because you got that edge there. And they do tend to keep stopping there. They don't like it. So fields like this, their workers are a lot easier to use. I've got plans to... all these fields here on the right hand side, I've got plans to combine those. And then these 3 here. 24, is that 24? Oh, 23, 25 and 28. I've got plans to combine those as well. But I need to take down all of them trees. There's a bit of logging work. So yeah, we're going to kind of use Sosnovka to create some bigger fields. That's kind of like the plans we got at the minute. But I really enjoy Sosnovka. I enjoy the, you know, the environment, like what the map is on as well. Not just about the fields, it's kind of like the feel I get from the map as well. Can I show the other sewing machine? I've only got one at the minute, purchased wise. This one here, the little one, don't have that at the minute. Let's obviously this one would be more for the little bud, as I call it, the 500. The little bud or the baby bud, whatever you want to call it. Let's just finishing that off. This is the 450 for the last time. You know, a lot smaller, you know, a lot easier probably. You could probably use this tractor on, you know, all of the smaller maps and things. No problem. Can't customize it, it's just one wheelbase, that's it. It's got the exact same horn as a lot of the other tractors. And obviously this is the other seeder. What is it? 18 meter. So, you know, even this one's not small compared to, you know, some of the standard stuff. but it's going to be probably a lot more manageable. But, you know, it's going to cut down working time a lot. Which way round does this go? It looks like this time tank goes at the front. Well, in the other setup, it goes at the back. But let's see if we can get it all hooked up just to kind of demonstrate. There we go. So yeah, obviously all the hoses have connected up now. It's nice. You know, everything's where it should be, but you know, we expect high quality, high standard, especially because it's paid DLC, so we definitely expect high standard. You know, I normally say with the mods, you know, obviously a lot of the mods are very high standard anyway, because they have to go through such a grueling process to be able to get onto the console. But you need to remember they're free. But with this, you know, being paid, you know, I'd say, okay, people are a little bit more entitled to be a bit more fussy, because, you know, you're paying for it. So this is kind of like what, you know, the ideal sewing machine for the little bud would be. Chugging out the black smoke again. Let's take this one for a quick drive back to the yard. And I think that'll be it for the video. Been about 10 minutes longer than I anticipated. Speaking Spanish you do not understand. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen, I'm afraid. English only. Thanks for the tip. Getting it early. You're welcome. It's only going to be a few hours early, but it's, you know, it's early nonetheless. How did you get it early? Yeah, you just change your region. Go to your settings, change your region to like Australia. But like I said, I think it only works best for people that have the season pass, because then it's just there waiting in the ready to install. And then once you've installed it, change your region back, and yeah, you're ready to go, sort of thing. But if you're on about purchasing it from the store, then obviously it will affect it, because when you change your region, it will change all of the store to like say like Australian dollars or something like that. So obviously, you know, that could affect, you know, how you purchase your thing. Obviously it depends on like currency exchange. It may work out more expensive, may work out cheaper. You know, I've had friends in the UK who will buy games from the American store because it's cheaper, and then they'll swap their region back. Yeah, then, you know, obviously they just carry on playing it, and they'll get the game, say like a day early or something like that, because of time difference. But I think, I don't know, I think it's more to do with price if you switch it to like American, because obviously we're ahead of America in the UK. But I think if you want it early in the UK, you have to switch it to something like Australia or something like that. So yeah, I think the big bud's done. Wherever it is, it's gonna be around here somewhere. Aha, here we go. Yeah, it's kind of done. Obviously that piece of equipment there is right smack bang in the way. So yeah, that is the big bud, ladies and gents. I hope you've enjoyed this live showcase of the Big Bud DLC. We're going to be doing a few more multiplayer sessions. Going to get them up and running again. Probably going to start doing them on Sosnovka now. We've got the big buds because it's going to be an appropriate map for equipment like that. And like I said, you know, we're going to have some field merging and things like that, which will be nice little things to do for a few of us to get together and work together and get some of those tasks completed and stuff like that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And until the next one, take care of yourselves and bye for now.